What's up, movie trivia Schmoedown fans? Today is the big day, the Schmoedown battlefield. It's technically starting in 2.5 minutes. I have the link open up over here. This is an exciting new frontier for me. I'm going to do a live reaction this time, not reacting to the replay stuff. So I'm gonna just watch the whole match live. I don't know how long I can keep this up because it's already pretty late around here where I am, and kind of have to wake up early tomorrow. But I don't really care too much. I just want to watch and react to the match itself as I see it. And I'm gonna try something new this time around. Hold on, let me see if I can manage this. I'm going to have since I'm recording this at a different location now, I'm going to take the advantage of having two screens, which is something I don't normally have at my place. I'm going to have two screens, like I mentioned. One is only going to have the match itself, and the other one is going to have the live chat over here, so I can see what people are saying. And I'm going to try and react to and respond to some people while watching and reacting, and while also actually participating in the match. Now, obviously, I don't anticipate me getting too many questions correctly, so this will be a nice, fun experience. Usually, I normally don't go over 10 questions correctly, but well, we'll see how this goes. Anyways, before the match starts, this is the first time I actually have a stake in the match, both matches, because I'm on both Mark Riley and John Rocha's Patreon. I've been doing some training with the two of them together on their separate Patreons, and I've been helping them, getting them ready to these matches, essentially. Obviously, I want John and Mark to win, mostly because I'm a fan of them for longer than the other two, and I'm part of their Patreon, and I helped them prepare for this match. But also in the case of Mark Riley, I really want Riley to destroy Bateman, smash his head into the ground, figuratively speaking, of course, with the movie trivia stuff. And I just want Riley to beat Ben. But also I want John Rocha to win, other than the fact that I'm always on his side whenever he's playing, unless he's playing, Mark Riley or something like that. But I'm also on Rocha's side for a different reason, because I kind of want to see Rocha and Riley duke it out again. Like, how awesome would that be? The original OG champions versus one another. That could be fun. But, yeah, obviously the first match is Rocha versus Shannon Miller. It's going to be a tough one. Like, I've seen firsthand how great Rocha is. I also seen a lot of his flaws. That's one of the advantages and disadvantages of being part of his Patreon. You see the outlaw unchained, so to speak. So Shannon Miller is a tough opponent. I really hope he can edge out a victory here, and he's going to need to play at his absolute A game in order to take this win this time around. Anyways, the match itself is about to start. Okay, the match is starting.
Gotta focus,
Ooh, Riley.
right? Big match against Ben Bateman. That guy, Ben Bateman. Emails first. All right. Emails first. Okay. Ooh, Prince wants my social security number. Let me get right on that. Netflix renewal. Yeah, I got to do that, I guess. Netflix. Yeah, no thanks to HBO Max. Rocking and rolling right now with the Snyder Cut. And what else? Ooh, Clark Wolf. Send me a video. Huh. Let's see.
Hey, Mark.
Hey,
Riley.
Clark!
How are you? I've been trying to get in touch with you, but I wanted to just record a quick message and let you know going into the match, I'm here for you. I got your back. People are here for you. I know that it's been kind of tough lately. Bateman is Bateman and makes things difficult. And I know that you are a really sensitive player and a sweet person. And I know that even though it's just a game, it's probably getting to you, but I want you to just remember that you are playing the game for fun. And not everyone in this game is bad. Not everyone is out to get you. The fans are behind you. I'm behind you. And
I'm behind you.
And whatever happens, just know that we got you. We got your back. Have fun. Have fun out there. Breathe. Relax. Just get out there and play your best, just like we used to do. And as always, if you ever need anything, please don't hesitate to give me a call. Okay? I'll see you soon, buddy.
Clark Wolf is so classy,
Yeah.
Yeah, Wolves of Steel, like we used to do. The
superior team.
I'm going to do it for real friendship. Classy Clark Wolf. Real friendship. Yeah, Bateman.
Battlefield. A little bit of hard.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the movie trivia Schmoedown. It is the first ever Schmoedown Battlefield, and what a battlefield it is tonight. Mark Ellis, thank you once again, pal, for joining me. This is our fourth pay-per-view already in this young season, and what a way to end March. I mean, you've got two massive matches. This is a pay-per-view main event. Both of these matches are pay-per-view main events. Any place you put them, whether it's a live event or any battle, but they're on the same card. And we have the main event here tonight, which is two former friends, two former partners, Ben the Boss Bateman, Mark Yodi Riley. They were there. They were destined to win the championship. They won the tournament back in 2019, and it looked like these two were going to be the champions. They ran into the Wolves of Steel. The Wolves of Steel shut them down. 2018. The Wolves of Steel shut them down, and it just never recovered. They never recovered. So I don't know, man. What do you think overall about this and how it's kind of panning out?
It's a big question that comes with a big answer, Christian, because when you look at those two gentlemen, you think Civil War. Now, in my lifetime, I've experienced a little Civil War. There's that cool Captain America movie. I've been in 2 reenactments. Don't worry, I'm undefeated in both. But Mark Riley and Ben Bateman, I mean, you talk about a guy who literally had a Schmoedown award named after him. At one time was the undisputed GOAT of this great game. But then you have Ben Bateman, and he counters the Yodi Award with the briefcase of steel. One thing's for certain. Both these fellas are bringing their A game in terms of hairline. Who is going to bring their A plus game in terms of movie trivia? And that is just the nightcap, folks, because we also have an incredible matchup between Lightning, Liz, Shannon Miller, and John, the Outlaw Rocha, a dusty cowboy riding back into town for one more battle, and he hopes that a electrical disturbance does not occur. This town ain't big enough for all 4 of these competitors, Christian, unless it's called Smash City.
It's a very exciting match. And of course, as the chat is pointing out, I, of course, meant the Shire Wolves. The Wolves of Steel is a team that Mark Riley and Clark Wolf are on. So, but this is this match between Rocha and Liz Shannon Miller. It's a big match, not only for the factions. When you have what the usual suspects are 3-0, they have not lost a match yet, and this is a big match. It is a big kind of contender match. When you look at what Liz Shannon Miller in her rookie season, she had a great start. She was 3-0. She ran into Paul Oyama and then Ben Bateman, but she had a very stellar rookie year. Last year, though, is where she really started to shine. She beat William Bibiani. She beat Chance in the tournament, and she lost to Adam Collins. But she had a great season last year, and I think her overall record is something along the lines of 6-3. She is a great competitor. She's a knowledgeable competitor, and now that she's paired up with a Sam Levine and Rachel Cushing, then her knowledge of the game is getting better. John Rocha he's working now on this fire. He is passionate. He did something we never thought he would do. He'll disagree with you, and he'll probably call me out on it later. Stab Dan Murrell in the back, at least the way I see it. He doesn't think that. He's going to yell at me later on, and that's fine. But the point is, he did that because he felt Dan was holding him back, and he didn't like the attention that Dan was getting every time they played. He doesn't like the fact that people were calling Dan the GOAT still. He believes he's the GOAT. He believes he's the guy who built this up, and he needs some big wins. He had great matches. People who say that John Rocha didn't have a great season last year, maybe not wins, losses. You look at his win percentage, he played some of the best Schmoedown maybe in his career. He just didn't get the wins.
Yeah, Christian, he views himself like a Tiger Woods of this, where sure, you can have a good season, win a lot of tournaments, but unless you get one of those majors, it just don't count. So it's not just a matter of how you win for these competitors, it's how much you win. And look at Lightning Liz. You mentioned she had a nice rookie season, but then last year, she showed us a magic, a sort of charmed Cinderella story in each and every match that we had never seen before, unless you're talking about Josh McCouga or Sassy Stacey Howard. You go to John the Outlaw Rocha. He's used to steamrolling people, talking a lot of trash before, and as we've seen of late, after matches, the question for him is he's coming off a big L, so can he focus? Can he get in that rhythm that he so desperately needs? Once he gets locked in there, you better look out.
Yeah, and before we get to the wonderful promo we're about to see here from Nerd Chronic, just a couple of reminders to you guys. Obviously, if you have bought this ticket here tonight from the Schmoedownlive.com, you can get all the pay-per-views that we have. We'll do 3 of them a month. You just go to patreon.com/Schmoedown, patreon.com/Schmoedown. You get 3 pay-per-views, you get an exhibition, you get a commentary, you get all these different things. And one of the big events that we have coming up really, really soon, I mean, in April, you talk about Adam Collins, who is the last person to give Liz Shannon Miller a loss, and John Rocha. He's going to be defending his title against the man he took the belt off of, and that is Dangerous Dan Murrell. That is going to happen on April 9th. Dangerous Dan Murrell versus Adam the Coyote Collins. It is the rematch, and in the undercard, Kevin Goodenough Smith goes up against Stacey Howard in arguably his toughest performance so far after beating Flirt and Flouse and Chris Jericho. He's going up against number 10 ranked contender Stacey Howard. And then 2 weeks later, the free-for-all, Mark, it is back. Oh, it is coming back. We didn't get to do the free-for-all 4 last year. Well, we're doing it this year. It is digital. 40 competitors. Last person standing gets a shot at the title. And the number 1 contender, as deemed by Grace, not number 1 contender, but the MVP will get 3 big points. So a lot of stuff coming up, partner. Very excited. And what we're excited to show you now is exactly how this match between Rocha and Liz Shannon Miller got so built up. Here you go.
Season 8 is war for a reason, and all of you should be afraid of an outlaw who has embraced his beginnings. The outlaw is going back to the exchange.
I so love my time.
Tank girl,
with
a
Swag.
cat.
I love Winston. Yeah, I just don't understand how all those rumors about me joining the Usual Suspects are true, because they are.
They are.
There's no question how good of a player Liz Shannon Miller is.
Slavine.
Hey, we all saw it last year. There was no way I was going to rest until I had her on the Suspects.
Hey, so it's time for another Schmoedown, huh? This could be fun.
No one should bet against her anymore. That is the bottom line. If you bet against her in round 1, you feel dumb. If you bet against her in round 2 against Chance, you win. Wow, she's here to play. You bet against her in round 3 against Bibiani, and she wins. You better take this player serious.
She's playing with the Suspects, and today she gets to beat John Rocha.
I see a lot of people already thinking Liz Shannon Miller is on the ascendancy. I'm on my way out the door. I'm a dinosaur. So I'm motivated to beat Liz. Losing would absolutely suck, but I don't lose to nobody. Not since maybe the Scott Mance match have I lost to anyone who isn't a champion or doesn't become a champion eventually, shortly after my loss to them. So for that, my track record speaks for itself. I still got it, and I'm looking forward to the challenge for sure.
I am looking forward to playing Rocha, who I have not played before. He has a fine hat. I am a connoisseur of these things, and so I am very excited for that aspect of it.
Lena Headey.
Oh, come on!
There's no L.
Come on!
No L. Anyway.
That was a
Liz,
century ago.
It's not going to come down to one letter. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be epic. And Rocha, if you're not scared, buddy, you better be.
An underdog outlaw, a doubted outlaw, is a dangerous outlaw.
All you can keep trying your nonsense, but you're not breaking the exchange this year. We are fortified as a team.
From what I have been told, it's not unusual for the suspects to beat him, so that'll be something. It's going to be my first time working with Sam as a manager. I'm very excited for that. But I'm looking forward to the future and what comes next. And so is Tank Girl. So let's bring it, Schmoedown.
The hype is real, and you can see. I mean, John even said it himself. You know, Liz has a lot of shine on her at the moment, too, for what she did. She became a big fan favorite. People love what she's been doing so far. They love the way she carries herself and plays the game. And John is always been. He always feels like he's been fighting from behind from the season when he lost to Mance. Oh, he's done. He's never gonna do it. And what did he do since then? He won the singles championship twice. He won the teams championship twice. He's been in many tournaments. He's one of the greats of the game. So there's a lot, and I think that sometimes it's almost like that Michael Jordan thing, where sometimes people don't even say anything about him, or someone says something like once or twice, and he exaggerates it, so he makes him so he needs something to inspire to. That's how I look at it. But the other thing is the rivalry between Levine and Rocha. And if you don't think that you're going to hear something from the Outlaw cutting on Sam when he comes out here, you're out of your minds, because you know they're past.
Yeah, you know, you bring up Michael Jordan, and I think we all consider Michael Jordan the nerd chronic of basketball. And there's a special anniversary I want to remind everyone of in just a minute. But first, we welcome in everybody in the chat right now, all of our patrons, all the pay-per-view buyers, and particularly our friends up in Boulder, Colorado. Christian, I saw Tyler Myers in the chat, and I think we all speak for him when not only do we root for the Orioles, but also may the best hat win in this first matchup. Here's the anniversary I was talking about. 42 years ago tonight, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson met in the NCAA championship. They went on to save and revolutionize the NBA. The same could be said about two characters tonight, John Rocha and Mark Yodi Riley. But Lightning Liz Shannon Miller in this first match looking to be somewhat of the Detroit Pistons and end that reign once and for all.
And speaking of both the exchange and the suspects, let's take a look at the faction standings as they are at the moment. The Dungeon is in the lead here, so obviously they're looking for a big win from Ben Bateman here tonight. But the Dungeon has the lead, but the usual suspects, second place. So a win by Liz Shannon Miller here can get them within 3 of the Dungeon. The exchange, they had 0 points, but after their wins from their rookies here in the Rager Rick Radis and Gold Leader, they find themselves with 5 points starting to climb. So if John Rocha can pick up 2 more points for the exchange, that'll put them into 3rd place at the moment. So this is a big match for both the exchange and the suspects, and they both know it.
Yeah, Christian, I guess it's also the anniversary when I met Alex Marzonia. So, hi, Alex. Happy anniversary. When you look at the Finstock Exchange, Christian, you see where they are on the faction standing lines. This is exactly why they champion a guy like John the Outlaw Rocha. He is the guy whose shoulders are supposed to push this faction over the top and get to that first line. Shoulders. Can they take a giant step towards that tonight? There might be some lightning striking instead.
All right, are you ready?
I think I made it clear, yeah.
Fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. 3 rounds in the singles division. Introducing first. Representing the Finstock Exchange. With a record of 15 wins, 11 defeats, and 4 knockouts. He is the former two-time Movie Trivia Schmoedown Team Champion and the former two-time Movie Trivia Schmoedown Champion of the World, John the Outlaw Rocha!
Yes! You're muted!
He's so hyped,
You're muted!
He's so hyped, he's
You're muted, you big moron!
What are we talking about? It's Schmoedown time. How do you like it? Technology, you gotta love her. She likes to stab you in the back when you don't need it to. But what an entrance by the Outlaw. I'm excited to be back in the ring again against Lightning Liz Shannon Miller. But let me tell you something, Kristen Harloff. You shut your mouth off already. We didn't even start the damn match, but already you're shooting your mouth off. Well, let me tell you something, kid. It's Cesar Chavez Day. So in honor of you, voy a jugar este match completamente en español, chico. Vas a tener que entenderme lo que estoy diciendo. Vas a tener que saber lo que estoy diciendo.
Good thing I'm going to my grandparents tomorrow morning. I got my Spanish fix this early.
El Nación de Outlaws. Estoy jugando para muchas personas
¡Nación de Outlaws!
Nosotros esta noche para este juego. Y el pequeñito, el enanito Samito Levin, no me va a molestar nada. So vamos, jugamos, vamos.
Jugamos!
All right, Christian, as I have Siri piece that together for me, there is so much excitement. Even the posters behind John Rocha are bubbling with excitement. Now, John, I have to ask you here, because you heard your introduction. You know you're a legend of the game. You're, hell, the reason why we're probably still here. But you heard the word former in there a lot.
I totally understood half of
what's
that.
it going to take for you, coming off a loss last season,
right
to kick off this season, which is a big match for your faction as well as yourself, and to end it with a win?
Well, let me tell you something, Mark Ellis. And I appreciate you being kind, because that's the kind of analyst you are. You say one loss. I'm coming off a few losses last year. I got no shame about that. You got to be real about your record. Your record is what it says it is. That's what your record that's what your kind of player you are. I took some losses last year against some of the greats. Hey, Adam Collins went all the way to the belt.
He's undefeated.
All right, so I got no shame
singles.
in these losses, but you're right. We're back to Season 8 War. I got to pick it back up. I got to get some W's. I want to get myself in a position to put the straps back on both of these shoulders. The tag team one here, the singles one here. And I've got a great faction behind me, the Finstock Exchange. Man, those players, they are so ready. They are so hyped up. They make me feel reborn. I've got new blood in my body. Babies, my man. I feel so much energy, so much power from them, and I'm excited. And also, my Outlaw Nation, all my patrons, they've been training me for hours and hours and hours getting me ready for this match.
I'm one of them.
I'm excited for it. And you got to get excited for it, and you got to get ready for it, because it's Lightning Liz Shannon Miller. She showed out last year what she can do. So it's a hell of a contest. Listen, when you play in the rarefied air that I play, and you know what I mean by that, rare air, that's the biography of Michael Jordan. Rarefied air, that's who you can compare me to. I am the Michael Jordan of the Schmoedown, and you're absolutely right. You wouldn't even be talking about this if it wasn't for the Outlaw. And it's time to reclaim what's mine, those two belts on my shoulders. And Dan Merle, I'm coming for you, buddy. You better get ready, Danny boy. You better get ready.
Last question for you there, Outlaw, before we bring in your opponent here. Sam
What do
Levine,
you want?
Sam Levine, your former rival, had some choice words for you. Any comment to Sam?
What do you talk about? Why are we talking about who quit? Why are we talking about a guy who quit? A coward who couldn't handle the heat and ran out of the kitchen, dropping 2 belts along the way. I respect champions who defend
Adam Collins
the belts
is in the
until they
chat.
lose them. Those are real champions, not cowards who can't handle the weight of the pressure because they're 2 feet to the ground. For God's sakes, what I've come to do is handle business today. Sam Levine is an irrelevant man with a baby Fenster beard that I don't need to listen to. All right, let's get this going.
All right. Thank you to the Outlaw.
I mean, I've never seen a guy ride high off one season of a canceled TV show as much as Sam Levine does. He's a joke, and I'm going to show him tonight.
All right. And his opponent. Representing the usual suspects. With a record of 6 wins, 3 defeats, and 2 knockouts. She is.
She is.
Lightning.
Liz
Shannon.
Wow, that's some extra sauce on my last name there. That's impressive.
Well, you deserve it.
Wow.
You deserve it. You
That's
deserve it.
the wrong
Look at what
faction.
you
I
did
apologize.
last year. Look what you've done in 2 seasons in this league. And I know that as I hear you on backstage, as I hear you, I know you pay attention to the Reddit page. I know you pay attention to the Facebook page because you want to see what they're saying. You want to see as far as because
Oh, yeah,
I
there's
think
a
it's
Reddit
when you
page now. I
accomplish
forgot
stuff
about that.
like you did last year. You said you're a competitive person. You say that you caught the juice, if you will. But Sam Levine and Rachel Cushing,
is in the
working
chat.
with those two, does that kind of drive the
Now
game
I
even
can't
more
go
working with
against
those two
Liz.
greats?
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, it's been really
Rachel
helpful.
Cushing is in the
I'm sorry,
chat.
it's been a busy day. I just haven't had time to eat.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, they're great. It's been a really wonderful experience to being on Usual Suspects. I miss the hell out of Swag. I miss the hell out of Winston. But yeah, I think they've really been in my corner in terms of getting me ready for this, and I think it'll be fun.
It's a good call, Liz. I wish I had something to put in your competitor's mouth for
Everybody's
a
losing
little
their
bit of
mind
his
over the
promo.
banana.
But your question is simple. How did you prepare for this match all off season? You're thinking about, okay, how do I build on the momentum of last season? Well, we're here now. How did you prepare?
I mean, just working my job and paying attention to movies and watching movies. I did put a little effort in the last couple weeks and just like filling in some gaps I hadn't seen, like Lethal Weapon, good movie. Never seen it for some reason. So, I think like in general, I come at this kind of trust, not to be total white girl about it, but trusting in the universe, trusting in my knowledge that I've accumulated over the years, and just hoping it'll carry me forward.
Liz, before we start the match here, John Rocha has been known to say a thing or two, and he just obviously took some shots there at Sam Levine. Does a guy like that, does that get in your head? I mean, you've gone up against talkers, whether it's Chance Ellison or you've done that before. So does it play into it at all as you prepare for this to see what John Rocha is going to bring?
Not really. I mean, at the end of the day, it's the questions I get asked that determine who wins. And so if I pay too much attention to whatever he's saying, that's not me paying attention to what the questions are. So that's kind of the way I come at it. I mean, I will say, similar to what he was saying, I've only ever lost to champions. So if I lose tonight, which I hope I don't do, but if I lose tonight, I will just lose to yet another champion. And that's nothing I'm going to be ashamed of.
All right. Well, thank you to Lightning Liz Miller. Thank you to John Rocha.
You're welcome.
All right. So our competitors have entered the virtual battlefield. Mark, what are the rules around number one?
Well, we can add a point to Liz's total for watching Lethal Weapon. That comes from Christian Harloff directly. Round number one works as thus. 8 questions from 8 different corners of movie, trivia, Schmoedown, know-how. Each question's worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing. At least there isn't in round number one. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Still got 15 seconds to get that correct answer to whatever writing surface you prefer in round number one. Once we ask you by name or nickname, please show what you wrote to the camera at the same time you verbalize your attempt into the microphone. Each competitor has 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. You can invoke the name of Jete, or you can just say repeat or ask it again. We're pretty lenient on that. Once we do, you have another 15 seconds to get that correct answer to your scoreboard. We also allow each competitor to have a challenge. We'll bring your manager in. If you feel like a challenge is necessary, something fishy going on, we'll all delineate, and they will ultimately confirm and ratify that said challenge.
Excuse me,
is
I'm responding to
place.
Ben Goddard.
So, Christian, those are the rules of round number one, and I've just been told in my ear that it is still, if you believe in the universe stuff, Aries season, Taurus, and that bull not rearing its head until April 21st.
All right, so Liz Shannon Miller, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Rocha, you ready?
Let's do this.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown. Round number one. Question number one. I'm going to start with dramas. Which Star Wars actress plays famous Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg in 2018's On the Basis of Sex?
Holy
As
crap.
I look at the picture,
I have
Christian
no
just texted
idea.
me. Well
What?
played, sir. We have fun here behind the scenes.
5.
He's not going to hold it together.
4. No way. 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up, please. And we start with Liz.
Genevieve
Felicity
O'Reilly?
Jones.
That's correct. John?
It
Okay.
will be Felicity Jones.
Yes. And just a reminder
No,
for
that's
just after
true.
you're done writing, please, guys, both hands up so we can see them in frame. Thank you. All right, question number 2.
That comes in the category of 90s movie. 1990s movies. And the question for a point.
Nice.
Who plays the title character in the 1999 thriller The Talented Mr. Ripley? Not to be confused with The Talented Mr. Anderson from Las Vegas.
You know that picture you sent me first? I was like, I'm not going to let him get one up because as you were reading, I started to laugh. And I said, well, I'm
No,
going to get him
wait.
right back. 5,
Wait, no.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And John,
I think it's Matt Damon. Matt Damon. Matt
DiCaprio?
Damon.
you got it. And
Okay.
Liz,
Never mind.
Mr. Matt Damon.
2-2. Okay, next question is question number 3. Question number 3. Animated.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Who voices
Let's see
the
how
character Mushu the Dragon in the 1998 film Mulan?
I just rewatched.
A lot of folks in
Coming
the
to America
chat
today.
supporting both competitors here, Christian. They also are curious what you're eating for dinner and will it be on camera?
It happened already. It did it during the rules of round number 1. 5, 4, 3,
Not sure how to
2,
spell his name.
1. Pens down, please. And Liz.
Eddie Murphy.
Yes,
Oh, I
John.
did spell it correctly.
He's raw
Okay.
and delirious. Eddie Murphy.
3-3 as we get to question number 4.
Yeah, here he's pretty funny. Your next category is in the world of directors. They do this a lot. And your question for 1 point. Who directed the crime films Blood Simple, Miller's Crossing, and The Man Who Wasn't There? Trivia question for Christian. Eddie Murphy grew up on Long Island, but was born in which New York borough?
Wasn't Queens, was it? 5, 4,
Brooklyn.
3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And John.
The Coen brothers.
That is correct. Liz?
Okay.
I wrote the Coen brothers and also
At least I
Joel
got the
Coen
animated
technically
question
sometimes.
Yes. That's correct. All right, here we go. Here is the next question. Here's the next question. This is question number 5. Question number 5. Famous actors and actresses. Which actor starred in the lead role of the classic 1950s epics The Ten Commandments and Ben-Hur?
As we remind everyone to not try to wager a
Wait,
guess in the
that's
chat.
Not, that's not.
Nope.
But we do
Charlton
appreciate
Heston.
you putting how many
I'm
you've
gonna
gotten
write it
right
down
so
anyway,
far.
'cause I don't have
That's
to
As
connect.
Alan Smithy, still 4 for 4.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Pens down, please. And
I wrote
Liz.
Charlton Heston because that's the only thing that came to
Heston?
mind.
Yes.
Really?
John.
Whoa!
God, Charlton Heston.
That is it. So 5-5 so far through 5 questions. Mark,
I
here's
believe I
question
got
6.
that one.
I once knew a girl on Gordon Street. Your next query's in the category of comedies. I'll take it. Which actor stars as a CIA operative who has to look after a 9-year-old girl in the 2020 comedy My Spy?
Oh, I know this one.
You know, a reminder to everybody out there watching live too, and if you tweet #Battlefield, #Schmoedown Battlefield.
Cool graphic.
Yep. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. John.
Dave
Dave
Bautista.
Bautista.
Yes. Liz.
Dave Bautista.
I actually
Okay,
spelled
guys.
his name
7-7.
right.
This is the last question in round number 1, or is this 6? This is 6. Sorry, that was 6, right? So this is
Numero 7.
Or, yeah, this is 7. This is 7. Excuse me. Fantasy sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi.
Oh boy.
Question 7. Fantasy sci-fi. Which actor provides the voice of the Kingsley Lion Aslan in the 2005 film The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch,
that's a
and the
repeat
Wardrobe?
question, I think.
Just realized I'm the only one on the screen that's not wearing a hat. Instead, I opted for my wig.
It's a nice tie.
Thank you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And Liz.
Liam Neeson.
Liam,
Yes,
the
and
Liam
John.
Neeson.
Is it the Chronic What Calls of Narnia? That's Liam Neeson you're talking about, son.
There you go. All right, here is the last question now. Question number 8. Here we go.
It's in the category of AA, which stands for action/adventure films. In what 2016 movie does Michael Fassbender play Callum Lynch, a man who explores the memories of an ancestor to gain deadly skills? That makes both competitors have complimented me on my tie tonight. Don't know when I got it, but a long time ago.
Oh no.
I like it. I think it's nice.
Just do the countdown.
Oh,
I don't think John has
5,
this one.
4. Look at the clock, Sam. Stop counting at 3, 2.
Repeat,
2, 1. And the repeat. All right, here
Come
it
on,
is.
John. Come
Here-
on. You
the
got
repeat,
this.
Mark.
All right, your question's in the category of action adventure. In what 2016 film does Michael Fassbender play Callum Lynch, a man who explores the memories of an ancestor to gain deadly skills?
I think he got it.
15, 14, 13, 12, 11.
Okay.
Whoops.
Already,
Starting to
Sam
put
with
in
his
time
crap.
out.
Sam with his, he loves it.
5,
Just come back and play already, little one.
3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Pens down, please. And we start with John Rocha.
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed.
And listen,
Assassin's Creed.
there you go. Well,
Assassin's
then there's
Creed.
clearly a time gap in what we're seeing here. So deal with it. Here we go. Here's the next one. Mark, it is round number 2. It is
Actually, I've been putting time out
eight
on the
at the
chat
moment.
for a
We're going to give
Bonus question, Christian.
It is 8-8. And now we will get a bonus question that you guys will answer the same way you have been for the previous 8. Here is the question. All right. Who directed The Last Temptation of Christ?
All right, so both competitors coming out on fire like we expected. Christian, who's going to blink first?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Hi, Lon.
Don't put that clown in here.
All right, here we go. So we start with Liz.
Martin Scorsese.
Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, and John?
I was trying to do
It
a
is
cool
Martin Scorsese.
flip.
That is correct. So now we have a score of 9-9. 9-9. As we get to the rules of round number 2. What is it?
Good job, Rocha.
9-9. Yeah,
We did
sounds
it.
like
We did it. Yes.
episode of Collider Live 999. We move on to round number 2, and the rules of round number 2. Hey, look, it's the wheel round, the wheel of fate, doom, and justice. Each competitor gets to spin at the wheel. Once you settle on a category, you're going to hear 4 questions in that particular realm. Each question is worth 2 points. However, if you're not sure of the answer, we're nice fellas. We'll give you multiple choice. At that point, the value of the question does go down to 1. Why is that important? Well, stealing, yep, thievery, tomfoolery, it's all available in round number 2. So if the original answer or should miss their question, their opponent can steal for the same point value. So it's 8-8, and then it's 9-9 with the bonus question. Christian, we're all tied up. The only way to break the tie is to go to Lightning Liz Shannon Miller. She was introduced as the favorite today in this match. So, Liz, you...
John's not going to like that.
To spin first, or you may defer to your equally headed opponent.
I will defer to my opponent.
All right. So with that, we're going to drop out Liz and bring in Gucci.
The Gooch Man.
60 seconds, Gucci.
Yeah, Gucci Diamond Hand.
60
My
seconds.
brother Gooch.
First of all, this should be the main event, not those other 2 dork faces. I'll talk to Grace about that and we'll figure it out. Okay? Because this is the main event.
Yeah, she's going to listen.
Anyway, that being said, great job. Great uses of the JTE rule. We
These-
knew we were
Ron
going to
said
go perfect.
that
That's
he's
not
too
even a
funny.
problem here. We do work with these like Hercules. Now, let's spin this thing. Let's see what's up, dude. Let's take it from there. Diamond hands, bro. Laser eyes.
Yeah, let's just right. Diamond hands, laser eyes. Let's wait out our full 60. There's no need to rush. Sam Levine already crying in the background. What
Always.
else? What else?
Always.
Is new? How are you? Tell me about the pink sweatshirt. What's that all about? Where did you get that?
It was delivered. It flew out of the sky right into my house, diamond hand style. That's just what it goes down here.
I love it, man. It's been awesome being a part of this faction with you. Look at the incredible work that Gold Leader and Ranger Rick Brown said. Listen, Brother Lomas as well. Brother Lomas going to be bringing some W's
We're
to
the
us
best.
very, very soon.
We're the best.
We shall
3,
see.
Laser eyes.
2,
All right, let's do it. Let's spin.
1. All right, here comes the wheel. That was brutal. All right, here we go. Here is the wheel.
The Last Temptation of
Round
Brother
and round
Gucci.
it goes. And we'll get confirmation in the private chat at the same time the wheel stops. Make sure we're on the right category. And Christian, it's rolling towards. This could be a good one for Rocha.
No.
So 60 seconds to decide if you want it.
Yeah, I mean, we ain't scared.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Clock.
What do you think here?
I mean, I can hang, I'm sure, but
Sure,
I also
but-
like to put my nuts on the line and have some fun and spin again. What do you say?
Yes, 100%. That's my thoughts exactly. Let's get away from rom-coms. We don't like them. Nobody likes them.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean my walnuts or my peanuts, the things I have in my cabinet. That's what I'm talking about. All
Just
right,
spin it up. Spin it again.
Spin it up.
Here's the spin.
The lack of respect the GOAT law is getting is making me sick.
what else is new from these two clowns?
Yep.
Watch it.
We're
Broke with
tied.
his legume jokes.
And it looks like.
That's what
Yes!
I'm talking about.
Wow.
All right, so 60 more seconds here, Gucci, to decide.
That is incredible. Spinner's choice right off the bat. Wow.
What you thinking here, Papa?
I mean, I'm feeling that sports movie category. What about you?
Yes!
I think that's the way to go.
Don't
I
you
mean,
think?
yeah, I'm thinking that could be the way to go.
What's another option you got kicking around in that brain of yours? You know, I trust your
Wrestlers
knowledge.
in film is not a bad idea here.
It is, but if she spins a opponent's choice, I can give her that one, right? So sports.
That's
You
facts
didn't do
too.
too good in
Seems
I
more
like
where I wanna
that.
go.
Okay.
I don't want
let's
to
do
reveal
it.
a secret
Someone
talent
check on
might
Sam.
have.
Is he already accusing the wheel of being rigged? I just want to make sure he's okay. Someone, Rachel, take his blood pressure. Make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's
The
do
last
it.
place.
Spinner's choice,
That's a new
sports
name.
movies it is. We're going to remove, thankfully, Gucci and bring back Liz.
Love you, Gooch. Oh, hey, Liz.
All right. So, John, you're going to get 4 questions in the realm of sports films. Are you ready?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
First one. Which
I got 6, by
real-life
the way.
professional basketball player stars as streetball legend Uncle Drew in Uncle Drew?
Kyrie Irving.
Is correct for 2 points. All
It
right.
was mostly perfect in sports
Question
movies in our
2.
training sessions.
The 2015 film McFarland USA primarily revolves around which sport?
Well, it's running, it's racing, it's track and field. So they're running. I don't know what to say other than that.
Running is correct. Cross-country running is correct. So that is 2 points there. 2 points. All right. Question number 3. Jackie Moon is the owner, head coach, power forward, and pregame announcer for the first Tropics in which comedy?
Semi-pro.
2 more points.
Yes.
And
yes.
here is the final question in sports here. Which actress plays Maureen Hope, the wife to Billy Hope, that is tragically killed in the film Southpaw?
Rachel McAdams.
2 more points. Big
Yes!
round there for the Outlaw. Massive round for the Outlaw. 17-9. Cleaning up sports after Spinner's Choice. All right, we're going to remove the Outlaw, and we're going to bring in Sam.
Hey, Liz.
Hey there, how you doing?
I'm excellent. The craziest thing, a messenger just dropped this off at my door. It's a headshot. He's SAG-AFTRA eligible. Look at this resume. 2 weeks of summer stock? I had no idea what a talented guy Rocha is. I'm not in casting, John, but you can keep sending these to me. Anyway, Liz, you're doing great. You're running perfect right now. What else is there to say? John got lucky, hit Spinner's Choice. Good for him. Doesn't matter. You could go perfect on any one of those slices. So, you ready to do this?
Let's do it.
All right, you got all 3 of your JTEs if you need them, and we can challenge Rocha just for being a jerk if we want, but we'll save that to later.
He's been a real gentleman this evening, I think.
Yeah,
Winston's not
depending on
happy
your point
about
of view, I
one of
guess.
Rocha's answers.
I mean, by my standards.
apparently.
Oh, sure. All right.
Which are low.
Yeah.
All right. Here, okay, 12 seconds. And here we go. All right, here is the wheel.
Hey, while we wait for it to spin,
Money, money.
Liz, have you ever seen my my Jane Fonda autograph? Looks just like it.
I don't believe that's authentic.
It's authentic. You can tell.
All right.
Spinner's Choice.
Surprise.
Spinner's Choice as well.
Oh, I can hear Rocha crying.
All right, 60 seconds, Sam, to decide starting now.
Okay.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping this wouldn't be the case. I was kind of hoping I wouldn't have to pick. Because
Yeah,
all of these
I know.
there's a lot of good stuff in here for me.
There is a lot of good stuff in there. So I know we have it narrowed down to 2.
The
Right.
wheel is
I'm
laughing
gonna
at us.
ultimately have to leave that up to you.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I put in the work. Let's do DreamWorks Animation.
Let's do DreamWorks Animation.
Oh
DreamWorks
no!
Animation it is. Thank
Oh,
you. You're
that's
gonna
a-
remove
that's a weak point for John.
John Rocha. John Rocha is
Liz.
back. All right, so we're gonna get 4 questions in the realm of DreamWorks Animation, Mark.
That's right. DreamWorks Animation. Kid sitting on a moon and he goes fishing, and then a movie ensues. These are 4 questions about those films. For 2 points, Lightning Liz. Your first question: who voices Melman, a hypochondriac
David Schwimmer.
reticulated giraffe who is afraid of germs in the Madagascar franchise?
David Schwimmer.
David Schwimmer.
The friend star is correct for 2 points, and Lightning Liz goes to her next question for 2 more points, and it is: Steve Martin and Martin Short are supporting performances in what 1990s DreamWorks film?
Is it
I'm gonna go multiple choice.
ants?
All right, your 4
Okay.
options for a point. Is it A, The Prince of Egypt, B, The Road to El Dorado,
Oh yes, it
C,
is!
Ants,
It
or
is!
D,
It's the
Chicken
Prince
Run?
of Egypt!
Ants.
They're Hotep and Hoy!
Ants is incorrect.
Yes!
So
John
for
knows
a 1
this!
point
He
steal,
loves that
John
movie!
Rocha going to repeat,
Wait,
that's going to
John.
repeat
Yes!
the question.
Yes!
And your options. Steve Martin and Martin Short are supporting performances in what 1990s DreamWorks film? Is it A, The Prince of Egypt, B, The Road to El Dorado, C, Ants, or D, Chicken Run?
My apologies, my friend. The Prince of Egypt. There you go.
Accepted, noted, and correct for 1 point, and that could be a big steal. We
She
go back to
bleeds.
Lightning Liz Shannon Miller for her penultimate question, and a big 2 points on the table here in the category of DreamWorks. Which 2010's DreamWorks film has a main villain named Lord Shen, who uses gunpowder and weapons for nefarious purposes?
Kung Fu Panda 2.
Panda 3.
Can you repeat the question or the answer? Cut out a little bit.
I actually meant Kung Fu Panda 2.
She said Kung Fu
She
Panda
said
3.
3.
I heard
Challenge!
her.
Okay.
She said
All
Kung
right,
Fu
I mean, that's
Panda
fine.
3.
Did you? All right. So she said she did say
The
Kung Fu
answer
Panda.
is going
said-
to be logged as Kung Fu Panda 2,
Okay.
and that is correct.
Wait, I
you
checked.
want to
Challenge!
Yes.
Challenge!
She said
Okay.
Kung Fu Panda 3. Then when Christian
Okay.
asked her, you asked her to repeat, she said, I meant Kung Fu Panda 2. That's the admission that she said
Okay.
the wrong thing.
We're going to bring your manager Gucci in because this is
Gooch?
Gucci.
Am I wrong on
Do you
this?
want to officially challenge the ruling?
100%.
All right.
Okay, we have a
There's
challenge on the table. So
There's a counter on, so we're going to bring in Sam also. The counter also. So, Liz, are you saying you did not say Kung Fu Panda 3 to start?
She did.
You know what? I'll be honest about it. I said Kung Fu Panda 3 originally.
Okay. Sorry. So then
okay, the challenge is still on the table, however, because
I didn't
the
choose that
correct
Yeah.
answer was Kung Fu Panda 2. That's what we recognized at the Schmoedown, and now that challenge is on the table.
Yeah.
And so we will delineate, and we will get back to you with our ruling.
Okay.
Oops. I side with John on this one. She said Kung Fu Panda 3, and she was honest about it. She admitted it. No. Final answer is only in teams. Final answer is only in teams. Yeah, that's right. Well, that's a good point. He's still up by 1. Whatever happens, John is still in the lead here. Wow, it's a pretty long challenge. Yeah, Winston agrees with me.
All right, we're coming back here.
Lawn is just crazy.
What do you got?
All right. Can I go up there? Thank you. As I look forward to another illustrious chapter in the book of challenges that Mark weighs in on versus Rocha. The challenge as to whether Liz Shannon Miller should get 2 points for her answer has been honored. The challenge is honored, meaning Liz Shannon Miller, by her own admission, as well as consulting with both PJ Campbell and Christian Harloff, who clearly heard the final answer as Kung Fu Panda 3. That is an incorrect answer. However, John Rocha would normally have the chance to steal that question.
But they're giving him a new question now.
And because of the Kung Fu Panda 2 being out there in the open, we have agreed that it is in the interest of fairness to ask John a fresh question for an opportunity to steal.
Oh, come on. I don't know how that's fair. I tried to stop you from confirming her answer. When I challenged you, you put your finger up to shush me and then confirmed that she said the right answer. Instead of listening to my challenge and overruling her and therefore leaving Kung Fu Panda 2 in the air, which is what she did willingly, I should get those 2 points. That's not cheating. She surrendered the right answer, John, when she said the wrong answer incorrectly first. I feel like I should get those 2 points, say Kung Fu Panda 2, and let's have it.
That's a fair point, and it is noted. However, we're playing in the interest of fairness because this is not on either one of the judges. This is on no one conferring in the challenge. This is simply a tech glitch that happened where I didn't hear it correctly. You jumped in with the Kung Fu Panda 2 is the correct answer, and it was not your turn to wager an answer. You have to wait until the question is asked again to you to offer an answer.
All right. Liz, I'm sorry.
It's a fair call.
Yeah, just all. I'm just debating my side of things and no disrespect to Liz.
I totally understand.
Okay.
I don't think any of us would ever say no to more screen time. So, John, here is your fresh question that you may not ask for multiple choice because Liz did not originally ask for multiple choice in her attempt.
Okay.
It's in the category of DreamWorks, and 2 points are on the table for you and only you. There is no steal opportunity for Liz if you miss it. Who voices Oscar, a comical streetwise blue streak cleaner, Rass, who works in the whale wash in Shark Tank?
Will Smith! He knows this! I know he knows this. No. We talked about this, John. We talked about this movie.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Chris Rock. I don't know.
Nah.
That is incorrect. We're looking for Will Smith.
Looking for Will Smith. All right, so Liz is going to get one last question here. One last question here in this round.
We had to talk about that movie.
Here is the question.
All right, Liz, back to you. Finally, for our final question in the category of DreamWorks animation. And it is,
talked about this,
which
John.
male pop star provides the voice of the character Branch in the film Trolls?
Justin Timberlake.
That is correct for 2 points. And so, Christian, after all of that, it stands as a solid 5-point lead for John the Outlaw Rocha. He's up 18-13 over Lightning Liz going into round number 3, the final round that will determine the match.
It is 18-13, Rocha with the lead here. And Mark, what are the rules of round number 3?
Round number 3, we need a series of numbers from each competitor. These numbers may range from 1 to 20. You may not pick the same integers as your opponent because each numeral corresponds to a different category of movie trivia, Schmoedown mystery. Your first question is worth 2 points. Your next question is worth 3 points. And your final question, should we make it that far, given the strength of these two competitors, I believe we will, is worth 5 gigantic points. There's no penalty for missing a question, and there is no stealing, thank God, in round number 3. So, John the Outlaw Rocha, you find yourself in the position of a 5-point advantage, which is nice. And to sweeten the deal, you get to give us your 3 lucky numbers first. From 1 to 20, what feels fortunate?
I'll say 2, 16, and 18.
2, 16, and 18 for Rocha. And for Liz?
I'll do 10, 11, and 12.
10, 11, and 12 for Liz Shannon Miller. All right. So first we are going to remove Liz, and we're going to bring back Gucci. 60 seconds, Scooch.
John Harris is killing it in the
well
chat.
done.
My bad. I should have got that 2 point. If they had said
Don't
the
worry about
lead of Shark Tale, it's Will Smith. I would have known that. But
Don't even
the
worry
fact
about
that
it.
it was kind of clouded around the wording. That
It's
threw me off a
okay.
little
It's
bit.
okay.
So-
No. Don't worry.
Shake it off,
It's all
John.
good. Settle
Shake
down.
it off. We
You got a
talked
nice
about
5
this
point
stuff.
lead. I like that you didn't use the JT rule. You got 2 of them left.
in case, yeah.
We'll make it
that's
right.
true.
Look, this is right where we wanted to be. This is exactly what we said we were going to do. You're playing excellent.
Thank you.
Super, superb, supreme.
I appreciate it. Thank
Triple
you.
S's. Let's take this. Those are gritty numbers too. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Going to remove the exchange and bring back the suspects.
The suspects.
All right, 60 seconds.
Well,
to talk
he's
to Liz.
smiling.
All right. I want to shake any weirdness off of that round 2 off. You get the biggest props in the world, by the way, for being such a straight up honest person and making that so simple all the way around.
Yeah.
Because let me tell
She
you,
does-
Finstock Exchange loves
she's
nothing
great.
more than a good controversy. Loves nothing
That's
more.
true.
And if you
That's
can't name
true. That's
the
true.
lead, the giant movie star lead of Shark Tale, then no points for you at all. But we're past that. We're into round 3. You got all your JTE rules, all of them. So use them if you need them. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to answer your first 2 questions, no problem. John's going to answer his first. It's going to kick back to you. You're going to answer your 5, and then you and I get to munch on
Why is Lon
popcorn while
Harris-
we watch the great John
maybe they're
Rocha
friends, but-
flame out.
They're not even on the same faction. Why is Lon Harris so happy about her?
We're going to high five virtually. The fans are going to love it. You feel good?
5,
I'm feeling ready. Let's do it.
3,
do it.
2. Thank you, Sam. All right, we're going to remove Sam and we're going to bring back Rocha. We are now in the 3rd round. We're going to start with Liz Shannon Miller, who's going to try to avoid the TKO here. Liz, you start with category 10. Category 10, and that's going to put us in the 80s.
Can't remember how many
80s,
points I have.
1980s. In what
So the 10 or
80s film will you find the characters Goose, Iceman, and Merlin?
Seriously, Top Gun.
2 points.
Come on.
All right. Question number 2 for 3 points. For 3 points to tie the game.
If John was
3 points
asked
to
that
tie the
question,
game. You have category 11, and that is coming of age. Coming of age. Okay.
oh no.
Here you go. In 1979's Breaking Away, 4 working class teens face off against snobby university students. In which sport?
Sports
Long
question.
distance running.
Oh wait, that's
Is
still
incorrect. Looking for cycling, competitive bicycling.
This could be a TKO.
All right, so
This
here
could be a TKO.
is where we are. Liz Shannon Miller needs to hit her 5-pointer. If she hits it, bounces back to John Rocha. However, if she misses it, then the Finstock Exchange will win via TKO. Liz, you chose category 12. That takes us to animated.
Okay,
Animated for
she's
your
probably
5-point
going
question.
to get this.
Here it is. You'll find Christopher Plummer as Henry Le Pigeon, a pigeon of French descent who oversees construction of the Statue of Liberty in what 1986 animated film?
Fievel Goes West? I'm sorry, An American Tale? Fievel Goes West?
5.
Repeat the question.
Got it? This is question number 1. First one, sorry. Here you go. You'll find Christopher Plummer as Henry Le Pigeon, a pigeon of French descent who oversees construction of the Statue of Liberty in what 1986 animated film? First JTE. 5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm going with Oliver and Company.
Yes! Technical knockout! Sean! The Rocha!
The answer was An American Tale.
Yes.
American Tale was the answer.
I sort of got it! I'm giving
2
myself
points
a point.
and -1 to the suspects. There is a TKO. John Rocha.
Feel it.
big win. 18-15, and American Tail was the answer. All right, so gentlemen, congratulations. Congratulations to the Outlaw. Going to remove you, put you in the waiting circle as you are going to be talking with Jen Sturger in just a moment. So
Bring it on.
thank you, guys. Look, it was a big match, controversial match, as always is with the Outlaw. But no, it was he played great. He played really, really great. And Liz had that stumble in the second round, and she fought hard. She just couldn't recover from it. But it was still a really good match.
Yeah, Christian, anybody wants to know the variety of categories that these two competitors could dominate in, witness round number 1. 2 perfect rounds, and I'm sure you were feeling the same way I was, partner, where you're having flashbacks to our pay-per-view in the Star Wars world, where it's like, who's going to miss first, if ever? And then Liz had that stumble, like you said, in round number 2, couldn't quite get back up into the match in round number 3. And for John Rocha, like, he came in huffing and puffing, and he ended up, indeed, blowing a house down. He seems to have that wolf-like demeanor back. He seems to have a manager that he trusts now, him and Gucci working well together as a team, albeit it was a challenge. It was a fair challenge, but I do have to give all the propers in the world to Lightning Liz Shannon Miller for an incredible display of sportsmanship. I don't care what game you're playing. Honesty is always valued, especially when you're one of the persons refereeing the match.
Absolutely. It was she said it. She I'm going to be honest, and that was the case. And she went up still doing pretty well in that category. With John not stealing, but nonetheless, the exchange now ties with the suspects after that, because the suspects now have 7, and so did the exchange. So that was a big win for the Outlaw. I'm sure he is excited, and we're going to find out just how excited as Jen Sturger is going to be talking to Gucci and the Outlaw. Good luck, Jen.
It's been so long, Jen Sturger. So great to see you.
So I guess it's a bold move to wear your own merch. You know that? Not even like your license merch, like stuff that looks like you bought it out of the back of a truck somewhere in the district downtown. Congratulations, John Rocha. Always a pleasure to see you.
Ditto.
Snarkier than I remember, but I'll take it.
Hey.
How does it feel to be back and to be in the win column?
Well, there's only so many times you can hear people clamoring about how I'm done for, how I the game has passed me by, I'm a dinosaur, and how many times these idiots, these fools, these sweat hogs don't understand that motivates me to show up and show out. Ladies and gentlemen, the Outlaw is built to win, to fight. When you doubt him, that's when he's the most dangerous. All of you been talking your smack in 2020. Well, it ain't 2020 anymore, little boys and girls. It's 2021, and the Outlaw is back. I got a great manager riding side by side with me in Finstock. I got an exchange that is dialed in, hungry and ready. They are junkyard dogs with barbed wire and broken glass in their guts, wanting victories. And I got an Outlaw Nation team behind me of patrons who have spent hours upon hours getting me ready for this match. So it feels great, Jen, in an honest way, to validate all the work they have all put in to help me get ready for this match. And I take nothing away from Lightning Liz Shannon Miller. She played a hell of a match, got spinner's choice. It was on the plate for her to go toe-to-toe all the way to the end. She played a hell of a match, and I got nothing but to do but tip my hat at her. She was incredible. Sam Levine's another story, but shout out to Liz Shannon Miller for sure.
You had to get that dig in there, didn't you? You just couldn't resist it. Well, Rocha, I do want to talk to you for a second about Liz Shannon Miller. She's been one of those competitors that we've kind of watched blossom, especially last season in the digital age. How did you feel, especially after that round 1 where you two were neck and neck? How were you feeling going into that round 2 about her performance?
I was in love with her performance, to be honest with you. When as I said before I started the match, when you're at my level, you play the greats. This is what you do. And Liz Shannon Miller is one of the soon-to-be greats in this league. And it was my honor to play her. It was my honor to beat her. And so when we were tied 9-9, I was like, this is what I expected. This is why I trained. Listen, I know I say this sometimes after matches, and it's the honest truth, though. Liz, I've never trained more hours
for somebody that I trained for you. I trained so much that I thought I knew less than I actually knew before I started training. That's how much we were diving into it. It's because out of respect for your incredible year last year, beating Bibbs and Chance back-to-back, not an easy thing to do. You showed up. You took Collins to the edge. So shout out to you. You will have your day in the sun again in this league, in this year. And I wonder if we're not done facing each other. I have a feeling down the road we will meet again. So, learn the lessons, and I hope to see you soon.
Absolutely. Oh, Gucci. And you're now tied with the suspects, at 7 points, 3 straight wins. How are you feeling? Do I even need to ask?
Look, as you know, perception and honesty are my strong points. That's kind of the way it is, along with being just the sexiest man around. Hey, I think Liz played a great game. Oh, she did. She's great, and her honesty is commendable. There's no question about that. I would have did the same thing. I mean, I'm that type of guy. I think she made a big mistake. With Spinner's Choice and picking at the Disney movies. I think it was a big problem. Too broad of a category. It's been picked a lot.
The Barbarians in the chat.
That's why they're going to be in last place.
I agree with the Barbarians.
The last place suspects. That's where pretty much they were going to go. I said at the draft, that's where it was going to be, and that's where it will be. Now, they need to put respect on this dude's name here. He is the GOAT law. This was fantastic. This was the best match played all year, and I've watched every single one of them. Now, look what's going to happen here. We told everybody, the Vince Stock Exchange will be at the podium at the end of the year, whether you like it or not. We have the best team available. We just keep hanging -1s on everybody, and that's what's going to continue to happen. I don't understand why people don't get that yet, because it's the facts. Yeah. Diamond hands to death, laser eyes. That's the motto.
This gentleman right here is so essential. He is the point person for this faction. He has got us into the right frame of mind. We all made a decision. Grab a bunch of rookies, train them up, lead the way with me, JT, and Craig lead the way with Tom right out in front, and drag everybody else behind us. And already they are blossoming faster than we could have anticipated. Tom's a basketball fan. The Fab Five, that's what it feels like. This is an incredible group we got together here, mixed in with a little bit of veterans, and we're getting the job done, Jen, and it's an honor to lead this faction. It's an honor to be the captain of this faction. Ben Bateman getting that wrong on Schmoedown backstage. No surprise. It's my honor to captain this team, and this team is ready to go.
Speaking of Ben Bateman, two of your former horsemen, John, are going up against each other next. How important is this match, and who are you rooting for secretly?
Well, I'm always going to root for my brother, Mark Riley. I know what he's been going through, the same thing. All those people who just discovered the Schmoedown last week talking all their crap, saying that Mark Riley is no longer a good player. He's an age-old veteran. His time has passed. Ben Bateman, the choking dog, is really the one you need to be rooting for. Who blows 7-point leads? Who blows 6-point leads against the supposed GOAT? Dan Murrell. That's Ben Bateman's legacy. I think he was 1-7 last year, but people still think he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. If Mark Riley takes care of business today, and everybody knows when Mark Riley feels it, nobody can beat him. Even the GOAT law would have trouble against a dialed-in Mark Riley. And I got a feeling he's coming to show everybody what he's made of, and Ben Bateman's nervous. See, when you put yourself high on the pedestal, when you play the Kevin Durant game, the Chris Bosh game, the LeBron James game, and you don't get it done in the first year, they crucify you. And Ben Bateman, you start choking, you start dropping matches, I tell you what, the fans are going to turn on you. So I got a feeling that Mark Riley is going to handle business. Oh, one last thing. I want to say this to Justine from Schmoes of the North. That was for you. And Aisha Kenya, your daughter, this victory was for her as well. Dedicated to both of them. Thank you so much for believing in this man when hardly anybody besides my faction and my patrons did.
Rocha, save that for your Cameo account, all right? Make that money on the side, buddy, all right?
$50
again, guys.
Thank you, Jen.
Away. And let's get back to the desk.
Always great to see you.
Gotcha.
Very happy, John Outlaw, obviously, because as he was saying, people were counting him out. People were saying he was done. People were saying that, the game was passing him by, that he wasn't able to do it, and he showed tonight that he was, because Liz Shannon Miller played that. I mean, you look what she did in that first round; it was incredible. And she had a spinner's choice, and this time the category just didn't work out for her. But she is one of the top competitors out there. John knew it, John proved it, and John's moving back up the ladder again, and he puts himself in that elite class as he's always been in. So it was a big win. It was a big win.
Yeah, it's a unique dichotomy between these two competitors, Christian, because you see how emotional John the Outlaw Rocha gets after a win or a loss. Very high, very low. And Liz Shannon Miller, she's very 3 C's, cool, calm, and collected before a match. And I expect to see the same even after a tough defeat, alongside her manager, the usual suspects, Sam Levine, and our own Jen Sturger is now going to be speaking with them. Jen, what's the mood over there?
I think.
Look, I know that was not the way you guys wanted that to turn out, but you still have smiles on your face. Yep. Sam, you still have to be super impressed with the way Liz Shannon Miller played today, especially that first round performance. Like, if that wasn't solid, I don't know what is.
It doesn't get more solid than that. I mean, in terms of her all-around base knowledge, she's second to no one in the league. And you know, that's the thing that I definitely take away from this, that I think a lot of the fans are going to take away from this. And that's when you get into a specific area, as specific as an area as you think you're studying, it's still so incredibly broad. Mm-hmm. And that's where good luck, bad luck hits you sometimes. And we just saw a little bit of bad luck in round 2, and that was really all that happened today. And I'm incredibly proud of the way Liz played. She represents everything great about the suspects. The commitment to the Schmoedown, the energy that she brings to every match, and she's the greatest. Okay, that's the end of it.
And Liz, we've watched you absolutely blossom as a player, but I have to say, this is your first time playing John Rocha. Did his style of play, albeit very aggressive, does that tend to get in your head a little bit, especially after the Kung Fu Panda kerfuffle? We're going to call it that? Yeah.
I mean, no. I mean, I think honestly, he wasn't any worse or better than any person. Yeah, I thought he was actually really sweet tonight. Like, and I really appreciated everything. Not to you, but to me, that's what I care about. I did not care for the things he said about you, of course. But no, it's I think he played a respectable game, and that's all I look for. I look for someone who brings to the table the same respect I have for them. And I think it was, again, it's the questions, and the questions beat me this time. And so it had nothing to do with him. And I thought, I 100% don't blame him for making that challenge. I clearly didn't fight it. And I'm glad that he didn't just automatically get the 5 points. Like, I'm glad the challenge worked in that way, in my favor. But I thought,
I would even go so far as to argue that the questions didn't beat you. It may have been just like first match back of the season and just wanting to jump and get on that question and just not taking that extra pause and second. And I think that sometimes is just lack of being in the game from just, look, it's the first game back. You know what I mean? Like, it's a long season ahead of you.
100%. If I had taken the pause and really, and that's what happened. That's what happened in the heartbeat between me saying the first answer and me saying the second answer.
I love it.
Was me thinking about it and actually, mentally deducing, that's the correct answer. So that's what happened there. It's 100%. That is a major factor. The fact that I didn't take the beat and really think about it. And that's a lesson going forward. Sam, I'm just so sorry I lost to that point. Like that's the one thing I was came into this ready to emotionally handle losing. The one thing I did not want to happen was a TKO, and I'm so sorry it did.
I will accept no apologies from you. You have nothing to be sorry about. This faction is such a family, and they got you. We're going to get that point right back, and then some. Don't think twice about it, because this is a faction that has a guy who pays attention and knows that you actually landed on DreamWorks Animation and not Disney movies in round 2. What, Gucci? What's wrong with you? Are you watching the matches?
We don't have that much time, Sam,
Really not.
to go over that list.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, Liz, I was making the same list in my head as you were with that American Tail question. I was like, is it American Tail? Is it, the Brave Little Toaster, Oliver and Company? Like I was going through those like couple of years of my childhood, and it could have been any of those. It's like, oh, talking animals. Ugh.
It was seriously down to between American Tail and Oliver and Company, and I just so close.
I mean, look, is it a Schmoedown season if Rocha doesn't win his one big match that everyone gets to talk about? He gets one of these a season, so I'm glad he had it today, a little early, but congratulations, John. You did it. You won. We're all very proud of you.
Are you saying
he's back to
he's
being the angry, obscure guy in the Schmoedown for the rest of the season? But
Sam?
you know what? Actually, I don't. You know what? That's mean of me to say. He and I did have a bet on this, and he did win the match. So, John, you win. I will hire you as an atmospheric player in the infomercial I'm producing next week.
What's it for?
That 800 number you gave me, if it's still good. So congratulations, sincerely, John Rocha. You won twice today, I guess.
Will this feud ever go away between the two of you? For the love of God!
It's not a feud. This is just how it is. This is how he wants it, and I am, obligated to give it to him, I guess.
Phrasing. Oh, anyways. So what's next, Liz? Are we looking more for more singles matches, possibly teams? Sam, do you have any comments on that regard?
I'm so glad that you asked me that, because I think now is a perfect time to announce the usual suspects have landed on their very first team. And that is, of course, Liz Shannon Miller and Ethan.
Yes! Yes!
I wish I had a soundboard, because I'd be like the da 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 da. Oh, that's an amazing team. That's an amazing matchup. I'm so excited to see those two play together. And yeah, that's got to make you feel pretty good, Liz.
Oh no, I'm super excited. I will be honest and say that it was a major factor in me coming over to the suspects. It was a part of the conversation from the very beginning. Was teaming up with Ethan. I
see you, Sam. I see you.
Yeah. I am, in fact, this is a t-shirt that Ethan's wife gave me as a present. And so, hi, Meredith, if you're watching this. I'm wearing the t-shirt. I love this t-shirt. It's great. And so, yeah, I mean, Ethan's been a good friend of mine for a long time. One team name we considered was the Super Friends, which we did not go with, but
I was pushing for it.
I'm so vaguely fond of it, but I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun. So that's on the horizon. I hope to play more singles matches. I kind of, whenever I get an opportunity to play the game, I enjoy playing it. So looking forward to the future.
Well, Liz, dust yourself off. There's the rest of the season ahead of you, and I can't wait to see what you do the rest of the year.
Thank you.
I got 12 questions right
Thanks, Jen.
this match, by the way, but mostly because of the animation questions. Molly!
Well, thank you. Hello, Molly. Thank you to Jen. Thank you to Sam. And, of course, thank you to Lightning Liz Shannon Miller, who really played her heart out here today. John Rocha gets the win, and the win for the exchange. And for those patrons that are coming in, the $20 patron level, you get to talk to both Gucci and the Outlaw John Rocha, which we're going to do in just a moment here.
Okay,
and just a reminder that right afterwards, we're going to take about maybe 3 or 4 questions from the patrons. We're going to go to break, and then we're going to be back with the main event. Ben, the Boss Bateman, going up against his former teammate, his former brother, Mark Yodi Riley, former 2-time champion of the world. That's coming up in just a moment here. The other thing before we go to the Patreon question, Sam mentioned the tournament. Grace mentioned that we're having that tournament. Well, that's starting. That's going to be starting at the end of next month, and we have a bracket for you in the teams. We have a bracket for teams. We have a bracket, and here it is, and here are all the names. Rushmore. The team.
Lightning time. That's the
John
name of the team.
Outlaw Rocha and JTE.
Yes!
They will be facing the Quirky Mercs and the Press Room. That is Josh Horowitz and Perry Nemiroff. Underneath, the new team, which you just heard about, Liz Shannon Miller and Ethan Irwin. Lightning time. They go up against the outsiders, Ben Goddard.
What's Blackjack?
And Paul Preston of the Den. On the other side, the newly announced Danger Zone from the Dungeon. Ben the Boss Bateman and Dangerous Dan Merle go up against not Final Exam, but the midterms over on Swag. That is Jonathan Harris and Eric Zipper.
Nice. What?
Underneath
Whoa,
Deception, the movie trivia
okay.
Schmoedown champion of the world, Adam the Coyote Collins, teams up
Deception
with
is
his
back.
partner, Marisol McKee, Lady Justice, and they take on the team of Blackjack from the Stars, Janine the Machine, and Jacoby Bancroft.
Whoa,
that is the
nice.
teams tournament.
That's a great
What a
team.
tournament it is. And we're not done yet because we have a Star Wars tournament as well. That bracket's done, and there it is. Here is the
Whoa,
Star Wars
okay.
tournament.
Ooh, Marie Wilson
It is
versus
going to
Gold
be
Leader.
8 players
Okay, Adam
from
Woods back.
the usual suspects.
Sullivan. Ooh,
Marvelous.
Sullivan
Marie
versus
Wilson
Cabrera.
goes
Nice.
up against Gold Leader from the Finstock Exchange. Zach Burkett. He is from the Stars, and he's going up against Adam Witt from the Dungeon. Entering Adam Witt. Andres Ace Cabrera. He is back, last year's tournament winner. He is going up against Sean Sullivan of Corruption, and Thomas Harper will be facing Eric Whiteley of the Mercs. So those are the 2 tournaments,
Upstate
big
City's
tournaments,
back,
big
baby!
massive tournaments, big announcements. And now, Mark, we shift to our patrons.
Okay,
Come on
I'm
in,
gonna-
everyone. That's some exciting stuff. And so, if you had a question about the match, and now you think,
Okay, I'm gonna bounce now.
ask away.
Hold on. Should probably put this away. Okay, so this is the questions part of the match, which I won't be reacting to, because I really need to go to the bathroom, and I've been holding it the entire match basically. So I'm gonna take a quick break for myself while the question round is happening, and I'll be right back to support my man, the myth, the legend, Mark Riley, beating what's his face? I already forgot his stupid face. Ben the Boss Bateman into the ground. Sorry, gotta bounce. Bye. Hello again, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this video, cause I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.